eno nam so edom kase e wo mrahye bedwam NPP onmunyamfo Alexander Kwamena Afenyo Markin edi wanim antom ho ase omde nsem kodan Supreme Court say Supreme Court na betimi a kyerkyere mranimu Ghana mamranimu enti ebeya Supreme Court emremu na ne Supreme Court ekwa asetra no wo say General Speaker of Parliament esi ye no wo madane no timnase bedwafo nan no wo metimi akọ Parliament biemu ya hwe sa anamontu a speaker etuye the Supreme Court edi abai edi pa ana ekoso edi na ekachire se oman enso ohwe Ghana yenniema yenhyehyɛ ahodo a your the executive and the presidency legislature and aye parliament judiciary and the Supreme Court yeso obiya de ne ho na denti na mrache budwafo mrache bedwam speaker siginaye na neya Supreme Court abo agu de ekoso no ehon komo na yeba abedi enti nkomo yetonsa friend mdifo wo mo aben pa na yenom abedi nkomo yi yeko NPP amanyuko na so ye aban a eti adwasoi na the newest lawyer in town mra nimni fofo kra oye mrochiao fe na waba lawyer Kwesi Botwe Junior you see the oye lawyer nkasa ya freno to the bar oh I say and you call the largest opposition party the NDC asweye also ye ton safre omunyamfo Amaliba Haruna ye no mba bedi enkomo yi benva mo wajo
yeah. That's a Obomi did one limit me portfolio. Me you're just a member of the NDC.
National Communications.
Me a national committee member.
Okay.
For you can say corporate affairs of the NDC.
Okay.
And I'm equally a law student.
Okay. All right.
So this guy is my senior.
Okay. All right.
A young guy but a senior.
I'm a big man. A big man. No. I was nice a big man.
The newest lawyer in town.
Bongo.
Kwesi Botwe Junior. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, the part. I think you are the youngest lawyer in Ghana.
No, there are so many young people. I think they've been called recently. So.
But you are the youngest.
No, I don't think I'm the youngest. I think there are a couple of them.
Okay. Utrinkwa.
Medase.
Oh yeah, the part.
Medase.
Utrima Bobio to be a lawyer is not easy.
Nyamini adanase. They are saying they are very young.
Amaliba. Me yo mo akwaba.
Enia.
Na NDC aso boko.
Ibi adadin.
Campaign ko yie. Okay. Kwesi Botwe na MPP so bibia de yi.
Na me adaroma bibia de yi. I think say enyumewe your flag bearer, your vice president Dr. His Excellency Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia working tampo sisi ame no kase. Or ye come fat who nipa pie ba ya me who videos just before me room kram yem shime. The papa bongo
working tampo
that should tell you say on the grounds the MPP is still solid. In fact o share senior Okobunu region last week ahom ke even in the rain in any papier by ya that is a 7 December na Nyankopon be pagya ne say I rewarded the hard work of Dr. His Excellency Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia.
Okay. Amaliba amesha asi mfemfiri ho na ye nhwe enne General Supreme Court SC na Chief Justice Gertrude Saki tukono etie dwemu. What do you make of it after General Speaker of Parliament SC Sajina?
No, minchia na minchia ya hefo. Minchia minia. Kwesi Botwe.
All right.
Let me say it from the onset, say Minsanka the ruling from the court, no.
Okay.
And what I'm going to say here, no, will depend on the media report. Ayen Saka.
The whole chess or a law student,
relative to a new course of our parliament, so about 4 members of the house who came in to the house through the various political parties, NDC, NPP, 3 of them, I decided to say, I want to become independent. And another one, Honorable Andrew Asiama, Amuako of Famina. Yeah, or the independent ticket by this year also, or call in the ticket of the MPP.
Yeah.
Now, so we share your constitution now. We're creating boundaries for the 3 arms of government. And the way are omufaso okay. Because also Article 1 Clause 1 provides that sovereignty resides in the people of Ghana.
Okay.
In whose name and for whose welfare the powers of government are to be exercised in the manner and the limit laid down in this constitution. Okay?
Okay.
What it means is that the powers as the constitution use plural are related to the 3 arms of government: the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. Now, the heart of this issue is how these 3 arms of government be vacating the seat. Okay, unless they remove that officer from the arm of government, out of office. In this case, a member of parliament who is a member of the legislature, led by the Speaker of Parliament.
Okay.
But also, now, so over Article 2, Clause 1 and 2, 3, but so we do 4 now. Was the Supreme Court Emma orders under Clause 2 of Article 2. Now, Unipa orders no ya directive amano, and Uncle Fuku other directive for the amount for Yuma. Clause 4, in the case of the president, constitute the grounds for the removal of that person from office as the president or the vice. And under Article 2, Clause 4, you have the grounds upon which the president as executive head of state can be removed from office. Now, Article 65, Clause 1 to 10, Article 69, Clause 1 to 13, also make it the detailed grounds upon which the president or the processes that can lead to the removal of the president from office, who is another arm of government. Now, about the case of the judiciary now, very simple. A petition should be sent to the president stating the grounds for which the person or the petitioner believe that, or the petitioner believe that the person holding office at the Superior Court of Judicature doesn't qualify, and the president when in the case of the Chief Justice, to the Council of State, but in the case of a member of the bench, it goes to the Supreme Court, it goes to the Chief Justice, and the panel will be constituted. Now, upon a prima facie case against the person to whom the petition is against, then it goes on until the person is removed from office. Now, about the case of the legislature now, the Constitution is making it straightforward. Right?
Yeah.
And of course, we have a law student, how do you call a lawyer fresh here. If I'm lying, or you can come in and correct those things if you think that I am not relating the matters rightly. So share Article 97 now, provided for the grounds upon which a member of parliament not removed but vacate his seat. Right?
Okay.
And that maybe he can help us why under Article 2 Clause 4 and Article 69 Clause 1 to 13, the Constitution uses the word remove. Right? Okay. And when it comes to the Supreme Court judges or the Chief Justice, the Constitution uses the word remove. But in the case of the legislative arm, which is the members of parliament, or say vacate.
Okay.
And if the Constitution uses certain words, the words have their peculiar grammatic and legislative meanings when they are deployed within this context. Right. Now, Saoko Article 97, Clause 1, particularly G and H now, I had the grounds of form a speaker.
Okay.
Said the Ekanye, a member of parliament shall mandatory vacate his seat in parliament. A blah 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 blah. Then to the G. The G is saying, if he leaves the party of which he was a member at the time of his election to parliament to join another party or to remain in parliament as an independent member, simply means that under clause 1 James nipa no cross carpet or your NDC ni be could do parliament no or so many MPP for the able fuku and now your MPP no could do machine you know or so many NDC for the able fuku fake constitution say a broad basis agenda you loses your grounds as a member of parliament or you vacate that seat. Do you get it?
Okay.
So we need to go back to your constituency to conduct fresh elections. And when that happens, the speaker have to write to electoral commission and notify the commission and say there is a vacancy in parliament here. Because he is an overseer of the house. Now Jane is saying, that's the G, the H they say, if he was elected a member of parliament as independent candidate and joins a political party. You get it? That is why Honorable Andrew Siama, as a lawyer, Ebra MPP and NDC 137, they become one person to add up to either side to get a majority group. Andrew Siama can say, well, join MPP. Say, I will do business with the MPP. Do you get it? Okay. Because movement Jacob declares saying, I am joining MPP, he still becomes vacant.
Okay. But boom, Ranaso.
Do you get it? And Article 97 clause 1H, that's the H will kick in. But I say I will do business with the MPP. Now, what is the bone of contention here? This same Honorable Andrew Siama, our parliament the second time, or by parliament in 2016 in the ticket of the MPP.
Okay.
And the 2020 elections, before MPP called primaries, during the primaries, no officer never be uncle Yamaninti. Or Sina Junior Post for independent. Or content chrome. And Okoye. Oko content chrome, I think that is Article 4 of your party constitution. So be called content chrome. So we tier party number. We're forfeiting the party membership right away. No one say the free party anymore. Or you're member of parliament there.
Okay.
Who came to the house on the ticket of the MPP. The Olusu Prime Minister or decided to say Obeko as a member of as an independent candidate. For the next parliament, which is the 8th parliament now, but the 7th parliament, which he was still a member, an incumbent member, he was still occupying the seat in the ticket of the MPP. The MPP took offense. And our general secretary, John Bodi was then, was the general secretary then, right? Is it John Bodi?
Yeah, John Bodi.
Fine. No, the common speaker say, Honorable Andrew Siama, MP4, and answer for me. And I'm more what to know. A put here party number. A sample put here the constitution.
Okay.
So the sentinel, you need trust your kunya. Me behind him, I went to your group platform. And I mean, video be on the torso. In fact, that video came from this platform. Interestingly, my senior Jacobina and a carry news.
Okay.
When the Speaker of Parliament then, Right Honorable Aaron Michael Quay, 2020, Emma ruling on Honorable Azikesiama case. Do you get it?
Andrew Siama.
And Honorable Aaron Michael Quay was very clear in his judgment or in his ruling on this case that no purposive interpretation of law will allow such a radical. Then, fast forward 2024, Yekotwaba, these 4 MPs have announced to the public that they not even announced they have filed as independent candidate. True or false? True or false?
Yeah.
So having they met the criteria set by Article 97 clause 1 J and H of the Constitution, which Aaron Michael Quay, also in the past, take a decision, who went to court? Nobody did. But this time, the MPP and CM, they were crying like babies who were looking for a legal breast milk to satisfy their political taste. And eventually, Supreme Court, they got an immoral nipple to suck. And that's where we are today. I am surprised that court, Etimika say, like I said, I am dwelling on the report from the media becoming really the full judgment of the court to understand the legal reasoning of the judges and the basis upon which I'm reaching this conclusion. You get it? So I am dwelling my argument on the report from the media. For the court to set the ruling of the speaker aside, knowing very well, say, the legislature also the co-equal branch of government. No one set the ruling of the speaker aside. Now we go further to ask that or to give orders that the ruling of the speaker must be stayed until the matter is determined in the court. You know why? When we go to court to invoke the interpretational jurisdiction of the court to interpret a particular provision of the Constitution, one or two grounds must arise. Number one, that provision must give a conflictory interpretations. There must be some level of ambiguity. The certainty. Okay. So we go to the court to give us an understanding and explanation and interpret that provision, and interpretation of court in the manner that will be the position of the law. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Now, in this case, Article 97 clause 1 GNH is very clear. Now, be a bidder. Exactly. There was no challenge. Why now? And I'm saying that Niyama Akos no, here. See, the Supreme Court have the powers to even annul a law passed by Parliament. You know why? Under Article 31, the Supreme Court is the bulwark that protects or the security fence protecting the fundamental human rights and the liberties of the citizens. And they say, you be the open gate in the legislative arm of government, Parliament, for instance. Parliament in fact, so president or dictatorial in mind obetimi the mrabia ko Parliament. Now we were comfortable majority. The majority can pass the law for whom, and that law the be albatross hanging on the neck of the citizens.
Okay.
So it is the Supreme Court and the Supreme Court will come in as a check to evaluate whether or not that law is against public good and against the fundamental human right of the citizens, and will annul the law or allow it to operate. That is why I understand when the Supreme Court will come in when it comes to the business of Parliament. But Parliament is an independent entity, and of course, so we share the case of that we call the High Court versus the Republic, ex parte is in another code the second, 2001-2002. The conclusion of the matter was that no injunction of the court can stop Parliament from functioning. So, in this order from the Supreme Court, is it therefore implying say Parliament cannot function again until the matter is determined?
Okay.
So the person I want to tell the Right Honourable Speaker of Parliament to remain firm, because while here, baby, Afenyo Markins and then the guys in the corner, they will make him a toothless bulldog under the Constitution, because any rule of the Bebiano, they will go to the court and ask the court to quash the Speaker's ruling. Okay. That will weaken the Parliament. All right. And so we keep Parliament so the oversight function of Parliament will be lowered. At the end of the day, our democracy will be hurt. Kufuor will go down in history as a lawless lawyer who managed to become a president questionably, and is now butchering and supervising
the lawless what?
Lawyer. Because
why are you saying that?
I am saying so because things that are happening under him legally doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. And a human rights lawyer, we went to elections and 8 citizens were murdered. Has he called for justice for the citizens for their native or their family members? So even under good, no problem. I like the disclaimer. Even under Rawlings, it didn't happen. Under Kufuor, it never happened. Maurice Mahama, it never happened. But under him,
okay.
All right. What is this?
Amaliba Haruna, a member of the NDC National Communication Team, and Otien in Kano. Lawyer Kwesiboche Jr. Yenhwe de akoso mrashibidwem. Anamoa edom kesia Honorable Alexander Kwamena Afenyo Markin di onim etuye ene muayenso a Supreme Court e de aba.
Bongo medase. Mamefa konye so na menchia be party mpanifo ne obi biara enyumewe ohwe. Thank you sir, seminar aba na asema to me na a very simple matter.
A simple matter.
Very simple matter. Because Bongo, we're living in a country in year Juma. In ya to muse constitution and the boy hobra. Inti yeni Ghana food ni obiati as ye say yeni constitution and ye mra pon yeni yebediso. Obi enu obro constitution so President Crown bro constitution.
Oh yes.
Constitution no established 3 arms of government. Obi a won adwuma ye. The executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. Executive, they say obey policies or the bills, or the policies near the idea of Parliament for approval.
And the president
running the governance system of the governance architecture. Parliament, they say obey shembra. The sole duty of Parliament is to enact laws. Judiciary, they say omobe chre ni. Sa duty si obi nyo obi die no obi nso nyo obi die. Parliament eye mbra enyo omu duty so mechire mbra nim omu ye mbra ni wia omadwuma si se mbra no question bia wo mbra ne ho a eye Supreme Court ni na eye na dwuma se obechire mbra nim. And so if you look at the interpretative and the enforcement jurisdiction of the Supreme Court na constitution is eye exclusive na che say Supreme Court ni obi anche sa jurisdiction with the Supreme Court doesn't even share the jurisdiction of interpretation with even the Court of Appeal. The next court in terms of the hierarchy of the court architecture. And you'll be share Supreme Court and to me say matter of constitutional interpretation, but on no bit much. So right from the onset, the Speaker of Parliament or any other person, not even the President, has the power and also hold the any legal audacity say obey Bongo, I think say Osha article 97(1)G na me do ba go back before the 1992 constitution. Yanko share previous constitutions. For instance, the 1979 constitution. That time no. Na ya to abama now call Parliament on the ticket of MPP. What mean MPP here adwuma 6 months. So say my sister ma adwuma MPP for here adwuma adwuma NDC for ko here adwuma. Now, before I even come there, now I say Obiati, I say constitution doesn't recognize MPP group in Parliament and NDC group in Parliament. There's nothing like that in the constitution.
That's
it only recognizes
majority,
the general parliamentary architecture and a majority group and a minority group. Edina ya tu Obama CPP MP. Tisani ya tu Obama Semia in Kroma in 2009 or call Parliament na CPP edi pa ba kope. Ni ebisa they say CPP we edi pa ba kope. Only why the beye adwuma. Only minority na beye adwuma na only majority na beye adwuma. And I say at that time only MPP na beye adwuma because the constitution only recognizes a minority group and a majority group. There is no middle link anywhere. And you know, previous constitutions now. Say na man for me cross the carpet from MPP to NDC, from NDC to MPP. Now they disrupted the entire parliamentary architecture, the legislative architecture.
That them can PNC near there.
Exactly. And you know, the framers of the 1992 constitution tell us almost no. I was saying the provision mission 1992 constitution and then prohibiting members from carpet crossing.
Okay.
Carpet crossing in the sense that you're too abama for a tenure as a member of parliament over 4 years by law. 4 years, you know, you have signed a social contract with a constituent now at the Waba Parliament, you know. And so the constitution enjoins you say social contract now no call for sign ubediso. Now so ubediso I mean this says ebia UTV constituency ati assess some koto abama bongo difara as MP for UTV constituency. Now adebechi ni bongo difara da sorry ya I say me kura no NDC ka listing nyame fa bi o minti me ko MPP. Oh yes na we breach social contract now no constituent ni one. And so if you do that you have vacated your seat. Me na ni bisa question bisa the constitution baby you should remove and baby you should vacate. You vacate your seat per actions on your own accord. One or two and more so if you breach the social contract, it is as a result of your own initiative, your own actions and inactions. It is when they say you vacate your seat, but you will be removed from parliament if you who say where you be a name brano so what you say and you know social contract now members of parliament and no constituents one it prohibits carpet crossing. Okay. Now the question that also be and when they say member of parliament because my parliament on the ticket of NPP. Then the next session of parliament, parliament session where we are the next session of parliament, many MPP for near you maybe me person me back as independent candidate. All what we have to ask ourselves is does that amount to carpet crossing within the prevailing session of Parliament? In my opinion, that doesn't amount to carpet crossing because the party say in the next session of Parliament, not the current session of Parliament.
At the end of 2020,
I will come there.
The same thing happened
in 2020, dear no. And then the same thing happened in 2020, dear no. NPP on the ticket of NPP now, Andrew Siama, the respected honorable at the core Parliament, and now within the state, and now the BTO, and now within the state in Parliament, you know, MPP for a letter come speaker say due to certain conduct of a member of Parliament now in 2017 no why ya bia any ya party near ne ba ye no right ya party ya withdraw no as a member of Parliament.
Matuasi, because
Mama member classical example na brem. Bongo na ye host of UTV Late News. O producer Anama Wabaha. Say Edumayefo Father Dixon the respected or say Kwame Despite. Aka say Bongo di Fara Manusi Suna so you don't hear Eduma UTV BMA. Your producer has no business entertaining you as a host of this show. Totally no business. That is the same way say new patriotic party dey Andrew Siama call Parliament. Aka say speaker or the superintendent or moderator of Parliament say ye ne Andrew Siama any business here. The speaker has no business entertaining honorable Andrew Siama within the chamber of Parliament. But
the speaker now speaker also new council officer say ebia but the ben why because Parliament ebia na on tom ready.
As at now kwesi and I make catch say you have come to Parliament on a ticket of a political party
and the next
no, you see,
Parliament.
Andrew Diani is different. I'm saying, say,
MPP beam.
Okay, Matthias, no, I'm making a different. Video now. Based on Nkrata and information we're receiving from the new patriotic party that they have withdrawn honorable Siama.
Because I say the next Parliament, only MPP
did not concern the speaker at that time. What concerned the speaker? And I make us say at that time did not concern the speaker. What concerned the speaker is that he had received the communication from the party I know by say you. Bongo, your producer, your friend is say, you Bongo afraid. Remember, your producer has no business questioning even why you have been removed. But all what your producer can do is to give you a fair hearing, which in law your friend,
in the party,
which in law your friend and natural justice.
Okay. In the party, no, you come as speaker no. Woman explain the entire air no. Straight away, you know.
Unless you have the content of the letter party for the choir.
And
unless you can produce the letter. I'm saying unless you can produce the letter. In my opinion, me say omo trust come speaker say. Okay. The material fact is that omo trust come speaker so Omar Redro Andrew Siama.
And the speaker so Udiso.
Of course, because party in the say omo the naba na omo so afi eni ni nye adwuma bi. But in this circumstance no, unless Maliba can produce to me a letter. Even the NDC or parliamentary candidate or MP for Memphis Central no or Matrokoma speaker so withdrawn from the NDC. That is why Honorable Afenyo Makin say that I am the leader of the majority caucus. As I yesterday, now Okasan or say MPs no obi enu wa bring the letter and that's when we receive the letter bia from the MPP e say MPs they say omo ne caucus ni ye adwuma biem. And you know he will be, excuse my language, a failed leader to superintend over say ye no free Parliament and conforming country and say omene caucus ni nye adwuma biom. That is the case of Honorable Afenyo Market, of which I agree with him 100%. Now Bongo, you see many Amalebaka Bibi say President Kufuor will go down in history as one of the, I wrote it here, lawless lawyer who became a president questionably. If we want any president in this country or any person in this country who became a president questionably, then it is the man who became a president in 2012. If we are saying somebody became a president questionably, then it is the person who became a president in 2012. Let us not go there. As something about it is not about who became a president questionably or who hasn't become a president questionably. President Kufuor, in any case, nobody died for him to ascend the throne of the presidency. Nobody died. But we know somebody who ascended the throne of the presidency because of Obi demise. So when we are talking about or questioning how somebody became a president, you question the presidency with Kuruma. It's a mayan call. Now, Bongo, you see, what kind of Supreme Court in a ruling now or the buyer now? Supreme Court and they say it will be unfair for the persons and uncle for a test of 4 constituencies. We must say 50 days to 7th December, only representative. It will be very unfair. Say 4 constituencies here and one by SME until 7th December. Bibi because of Parliament, be say 4 constituencies we there. More than one can be.
I said 2020 is the same thing.
2020 the when is here.
Appear could be the about withdrawing. Say I'm almost need a representative.
Oh, and I make catch you say in this circumstance, and we see, you see, the law is an evolving mechanism. And Bongo, me, I'm of the firm believer said 2 wrongs doesn't make a right. Granted, without admitting. Granted.
The 2020,
no, I have not said that. I'm saying granted. No, I have not said that. No, don't push words into my mouth. No, I'm saying granted without admitting. Say what happened in 2020 was wrong. For the sake of our democracy, doesn't mean that we should repeat.
Does not make
we should
right.
Repeat the same thing.
You made that statement.
And I'm saying granted without admitting said that was wrong. I've not said that is wrong. Your friend is saying you're wrong. I haven't said it's wrong. That doesn't mean that we should repeat the same thing blindly. In any case, Parliament are not bound by any precedent of a former speaker. It, you know, I think say same way now Abano. Let's put the politics aside.
Okay.
Let's look at the dictates of the law. I've just told you the framers of the Constitution say Oshe gap and what the 1979 Constitution in the previous Republican constitutions are yinyana. So Article 97(1)G, no, it seeks to prevent a certain mischief. Near warlord name.
Okay.
And the mischief was to prevent carpet crossing. Bongo. Finally, me dem no see no. Speaker say in only opinion, the NT officially I will say declare seats vacant. They say MPs, you know, they have been disloyal and they have demonstrated say they don't believe in their constituents. I will say a stress assembly critically because if you say Obi person or contesting in the next parliament at the same constituency is a betrayal of the constituency now. How about members of parliament since 1992? Yet me two about man for UTV constituency. Odi MP na if you say me person be the MP or UTV constituency be me could the MP or PCFM constituency. Now we journey the current constituency na dey about parliament no. No starting your constituency for one adwuma. If you see where a carpet cross then no so you dey bad there.
Okay.
Then it is disloyal to the constituency. So we have to look at it carefully.
A lawyer, that's it. I'm buying sorry.
I am so scandalized. In fact, it's very scandalous to hear Kwesi Botwe, a lawyer, saying that Obiewu, and you know, under the Constitution, Omampino Kufuor, God forbid, I'm sorry about Obiewu becomes a president. What about that? The president, the woman advise a president into a questionable.
So how is President Kufuor questionable?
The legitimacy of Ampina Kufuor, because as we speak, we don't know the results of the declared as a president. We don't know.
Okay.
You are here. General sentiment can't say. And I'm questioning his presidency.
Look at the official gazette of Ghana publishing.
The validity of
the Ghana publishing and seek for the official
gazette. Died to make him a president. Okay? So we have the right to question him. And we continue to question that. Also, in the case of Honorable Andrew Esiama, Omochro letter, parting the letter the command speaker, and so therefore, letter already call Yentinu, validate his removal then by the speaker and give a life or gives life to the ruling now, Honorable Aaron Michael Kwe Edebaye. Really? Okay, Constitution was saying that the Constitution makes a demand that if a member satisfied or by virtue of, and I like the interpretation he put here, by the conduct or by the accord of the person, the individual, his own accord, his own conduct, his own actions has made him ineligible to continue to hold himself as a member of parliament. Does the Constitution provide that when the person comes to this point, the party should write a letter to the speaker in order to invoke the constitutional provisions so stated in Article 97 clause 1 G and F?
Go and look at what the 99 of the
No,
standing
that does not.
Go and look at the standing orders.
Please.
Go and look at the 99
We
of the
haven't
standing
gotten there
orders.
yet. I
We
am
haven't gotten
dealing-
there yet.
Please.
No, you
I am talking about the
Amaleba,
constitution.
you are a student of law.
Even a-
You know that all
I
the laws
agree
cannot
with
be
you.
contained in this constitution.
I agree. I know.
They are
I
subsidiary
know.
laws.
I
Go and look at the
know.
standing
They
orders.
are.
Go and look at the
But-
requirement of the
Yo,
standing
The
orders.
constitution is the
What are you
mother
talking
law.
about?
Okay, Mame Namas.
Okay.
Amaleba, what are you talking
Then
about?
what else there is the
No,
law?
what are you saying?
Okay, so two lawyers. Two lawyers. Okay. It's a student, a law student. Okay, Mamina Masi, lawyer Kwesi Boche Jr. from the NPP National Communication Team, new lawyer for Frokra Wabakrum. I don't know. Unya Sembia no contact Kwesi Boche na Wabuao. And Amaliba Haruna, a member of the NDC National Communication Team. Madam Ase, Mama Mkomona e kama pa. Mzafo hani edi nkomono esi kaseboyi eshase utimi nua Sadat Mohammed enka na me na production team no ase na otwe mu nyina omo abodwuma ni payade a osayeyi na omo amohwe yen mo amohwe social media so bo ni comment ba nyame nhira mu nyina ngo so ahwe UTV sanse ha ena ni pani nyina ewo osafo medin David ofori safo bongo difara nyame adme bresem wesa no de hia yakra mu nyina